First primary point, if you want to register with the Salesforce, we have a URL trial account. The URL for trial account is developer.salesforce. If you register with any other URL, if you register with any other URL, it will only create CRM account and you will not be getting access to development activities. There are different ways of registering for a trial account, like salesforcecrm.com, or you can go with the login.salesforce.com. There are different ways in which you can create a account. There are different ways in which you can create an account. So when you go with this developer.salesforce.com, if you create a trial account with this URL, you are going to get CRM account with force.com platform, where you can write your programs, or where you can perform customizations or declarative development. So what is the URL we are supposed to take? Developer.salesforce.com. When you go to this URL, they will ask you the basic details about this account. It will ask you the primary details to register your account. Parmesh. Net. Cable connection. Right. Go back to this. Try to Some proxies are installed. Okay. Now go to the developer.salesforce.com. If you go to developer.salesforce.com, sign up for your trial account. This will provide you everything that you find on your real-time environment except the few options. Whatever the options you are not finding on this trial account, when I share my sandbox, you can practice those activities on my sandbox. But 90% of the things what you find on your sandbox will be available on your trial account. Right. So it's open for everyone. You can create it. Then go back to this. Fill in the basic details. Fill in the basic details. So last name, first name, email. When you fill in the basic details, they will ask you the username. This should be generally in the form of name@your company name.com. Name@your company name.com. Because it's a trial account, you can create whatever you need. So I was creating admin@322.com. Right. Generally, when you go to the live environment, name of the user@organization.com. Name of the user@organization.com. Name of the user@organization.com. Right. Name of the user@organization.com. Okay. Now we have admin@322.com. Because it's a trial account, I can give anything abc@xyz.com. So when I create a trial account, whatever the email with which you have registered, that get an activity. The email with which you have registered, you get a link for activation. Welcome to Salesforce for verifying your account. So my username is admin@322. Verify the account. Set your password. Verify your account, set your password. Now when you create your trial account, what we are getting here is a lightning version of the Salesforce. When you create your trial account, what we are getting here is a lightning version of the Salesforce. The screen is a lightning version. So by default, Salesforce is providing you lightning version. So what we have? Enter the basic details. Enter the username. Username should be in the form of name@company.com. When you register, activation mail will be sent to the registered email address. Registered email address. Then activate the account, verify the account, and set the new password. So go to developer.salesforce.com. I told you, apart from this URL, any other URL you use, apart from this URL, if I use any other URL, you only get CRM account. You will not get the access to platform where I can modify or customize. There is a reason. Register with this. If you register with any other URL, you get only 30 days trial version. If you register with the developer.salesforce.com, generally they say 3 months. As long as you are working, the account will be existing. Okay. For last, if you don't use the account for 6 months, then they will deactivate it. So as long as you are using, they'll give this account for you. So register with developer.salesforce.com. If you register with any other URL, you get only 30 days trial. After 30 days, the account will be closed. There is a reason. Register with developer.salesforce.com. Once you created the account, then what is the version of the Salesforce you are finding? How many were okay? Salesforce UI is available in two. One is Lightning version. Second one is Classic. Application is same. Functionalities are almost same, but the presentation is different. The backend functionalities are same, concepts are same, functionalities are same, but the way they are going to present is going to change. When you look at this, I told you the moment you logged in, you got a Lightning version. Here, you are able to find an icon here. When you click on this icon, we had an option, switch to Classic. The moment you log in, you find an icon here. Click on this, switch to Classic. Same application will be visible to you in the form of Classic version. This is the Classic version. What you are able to see right now is Classic version. Same table, look at the point. Accounts. This is the data what we are getting. Account table data. When I go to Lightning, same table, same data is visible to you in different style. Same table, same data, but the presentation formats are different. Improved version of the display, and it is going to run on mobile and desktop and other tab, mobile, desktop. Same application can be used. I hope you are good. So Classic and Lightning both are same in terms of backend process, but at the presentation level, they are going to be different. Most of the concepts at the back end will be same for Classic and Lightning. Few more extra concepts are there in the Lightning, but otherwise both of them are same. But in the front end, the presentation level, they are going to be different. So it is going to have rich UI. The better UI is given on the Lightning. I hope you are good. So when you want to go to Classic, what we do? Go to the icon. This is a user. Switch to Classic. If you are in the Classic, you want to go to Lightning, switch to Lightning. This is how we got it. I hope you are good with this, right? Okay. Now, which version of Salesforce you are working now? Which version of Salesforce you are working? Salesforce every year releases 3 versions. Salesforce version. Salesforce company every year releases 3 versions. Salesforce every year releases 3 versions. Now look at this. Every year Salesforce releases 3 versions. If you look at this, you will find all the versions what we have. What are the Salesforce? Time to time, every year 3 versions will be released here. Like this, we have the versions. Every year it releases winter, spring, summer. Every year it is going to release 3 versions. Right now we have spring. Right now what is the version we are using? Spring. Right now we have spring 19. Spring 19 is released already. Okay. Right now we have spring 19. 19 indicates the year. Every year we have winter, spring and summer version. Every year we have winter, spring and summer. The last 2-digit year indicates year. Right now what we have is spring 19. You can go to the Salesforce. You can find out that what is the version we have? Spring 19. Spring 19. Okay. So what are the versions? Salesforce every year releases 3 versions: winter, summer, spring and summer. Current version is spring 19. Current version of the Salesforce what we have is spring 19. If you are taking a certification, every year you have to maintain these credentials. When they have released, you have to maintain you have to take an exam and maintain the credentials. It is a first time when you take, it is a authenticated examination. So there will be some cam and they will record the examination. Later on, you need to go for open book. They will give some exercises for you. You have to complete those exercises. Then they maintain your credential. It is not one time you take a certification, you have a certificate throughout your life. Now every year they releases 3 versions. 3 versions you have to take a certification, right? So the certification is open book. First time there is going to be there will be authenticated. There is going to be a camp based examination. Later on it is an open book. Just note down what all the updates are there in the new version and take the exercises what are given there. So certification if you are taking, every year you have to maintain 3 maintenance exam. Every year you have to write 3 maintenance exam to maintain the certifications. So Salesforce will release 3 versions and the current version of the Salesforce is spring 19. Okay. Then once you log into this, let us understand what was there on the Salesforce screen and how do you make it. First time you logged in, you have registered, you got an email. In the email you entered a password, directly it logged into Salesforce. Later on if you want to log in, how can you log in? The first time you logged in successfully, okay, but later on if you want to log in, how will you log into the Salesforce? Now Salesforce login. If you want to log in, they're going to ask you, do you want to log into the production or are you trying to log into the sandbox? If it is a production, we have login.salesforce.com. This is the URL. For registration, developer.salesforce.com. For logging into production, login.salesforce.com. If it is sandbox, we have test.salesforce.com. When you want to log into the Salesforce, they will ask you whether you are logging into production or sandbox. If you want to log into the sandbox, that is a test.salesforce.com. If you want to log into the production, it is login.salesforce.com. If you want to log into the production, it is a login.salesforce.com. If you want to log into the sandbox, it is a test.salesforce.com. Now these are the URLs what we have. Right. Now, if you take a trial version, you will get only production, you will not get sandboxes. Your trial account is, on the trial account, you can write your programs also. But on the trial account, you will not get sandboxes, only production will be coming. Because it's a trial account, you only get production, you will not be getting any sandboxes. When you go to the real-time environment, you have production and sandboxes. Let me give you that. I am trying to log into my account. Now this is the production. I gave login.salesforce.com. I logged in. If I want to log into my sandbox, now I have a couple of sandboxes here. If I want to log into my sandboxes, now if I want to log into my sandboxes, let me take a couple of my sandboxes. Now, let me get into my sandbox. If you want to log into sandbox, what is the URL? test.salesforce.com. We gave test.salesforce.com. If it is a sandbox, test.salesforce.com. If it is a production, login.salesforce.com. This is the URL to login. The moment you log in, how do you know it is a sandbox or a production? Now, if it is a sandbox, on the top you get the name of the sandbox. On the top you get the name of the sandbox. If I go to classic version, on the right corner you get the name of the sandbox. Sandbox and the name of the sandbox. Now, if it is a sandbox, test.salesforce.com. All of you are going to create a trial accounts. On the trial accounts, there will be no sandboxes. You will be getting only production. Okay. Now, let us go to the next point. After logging into the Salesforce, if I have any issue, how do you find the issues? Now, I was trying to log in. Now, just now, in the beginning, when I tried to log in, it told unauthorized domain name. Then how could I find out whether the issue is from my end or Salesforce end? I was trying to log in, the functionality was not working. Then I should know whether the issue was from my end or Salesforce end. I was trying to open a particular record, it is taking too long time. Then how do I know whether the issue is with respect to my internet or with respect to Salesforce? So when you have any issue, how do you track whether the issue is from your end or Salesforce end? Then we have tracking the server status. Trust.salesforce. What is the URL we have? Trust.salesforce.com. Tracking the server status. Trust.salesforce.com. 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 Now look at this. When I gave trust.salesforce.com, then scroll down. We have status. Now, what is your application? That is a Sales Cloud. In the Sales Cloud, all these are the servers. What is your server? AP6. Go to AP6. Check the history. Are there any issues with this? There are no issues here. Let me take any other server just to show you the type of errors we encounter. Now, in case any performance issues are there, they will be indicated here. In case of any performance issue, you find the. So you can go to trust.salesforce.com, find out the performance issue. Unfortunately, there are no issues here. There was a maintenance. There was a performance degradation on this NA47 server on the 3rd of April. On the 3rd of April, there is a performance degradation on the Sales Cloud on NA47 server. So like this, we can find out the status. In case of any issues, we can log into the trust.salesforce.com, find out the server what you have, and identify if there are any issues or maintenance. This is to track the status of your server in case of any issues. What is the URL we are supposed to use? Trust.salesforce. Okay. Then, how do you identify your server? How do you identify your server? All the productions are going to be on AP or NA or E. When I say production, AP, NA, EU. If you belong to Asia Pacific, your servers will be on AP, AP1, AP2, AP3. If you belongs to North American zone, you have the servers on NA. On European zone, EU. So either your production is going to be on NA or EU or AP. Now they may have AP1, AP2, AP3 and so on. NA1, NA2, NA3, NA4. Now your server production is going to be either on AP or NA or EU. If it is a sandbox, it is a common sandboxes. Sandboxes is going to be CS. All the sandboxes will be on the servers of CS. The CS we have CS1, CS2, so on. So if it is a production, then your application is running on either AP server or NA server or EU server. If it is a sandbox, it is on CS. Now, if I log into my application, now look at these sandboxes. It is a sandbox. What was the server? CS74. It is a production. It was on AP6. Sandbox is going to be on CS. Production is going to be on AP, NA or EU. I hope you're good. So looking at the server, can you say whether it is a production or a sandbox? Looking at the server, can I tell whether it is a sandbox or a production? Yes. If the server instance is CS, it is a sandbox. If the server instance is other than CS, it is a production. Now, let us get into the next point. So, these are the basic properties we need to understand. How to register. Once you register, you get an email, verify your account, set the password. How long the account is going to be? They say 90 days. But as long as you are using, they keep the account. Now, last 60 days, if it is inactive, they are going to deactivate it. Last 6 months, if the account is inactive, then they are going to deactivate your account. Then, how do you log into the Salesforce? If it is a production, login.salesforce.com, sandbox, test.salesforce.com. Now, how do you track the status of the server? Trust.salesforce.com. Now, how do you identify your server? Looking at the server URL, we can identify productions, AP, NA, EU. Sandbox is going to be CS. Sandbox is going to be CS. I hope you are good. Clear for everyone? Next, let us understand what all the elements are there in the Salesforce UI. First, let me start with Classic. I was logging into my account. What is the server we got here? What is the name of your server? AP50. Right. On this is the home page of the Classic. When you log into the Classic, this is the home page. When you log in, Lighting will be opened. You have shifted to Classic. Next time when you log in, last time when you are closing whatever the screen was there, that Lighting or Classic will open. Okay. Now when I am closing, I opened a Classic. So when I logged in, I got a Classic. Now look at this. When you look at this, what is the version we have specified? What is the version of the Salesforce we are using? Spring 19. Okay. Now this is the application. Now let us start the first page. This is what you are finding here. When you are finding this, when you log into this is the page what you will find. So let us take one by one. First thing, Now this is going to be logo of your Salesforce. Now this is a logo of your Salesforce. Now initially we are going to have a Salesforce logo. Later on it is going to be replaced with, initially we are going to have a Salesforce logo. Later on it is going to be replaced with the company logo. So this is a location where the logo of your application is kept. They have given by default Salesforce logo. Later on we are going to replace with your application logo. Then we have search box here. What was this? This is called global search. This is called global search. We are going to have global search. What do you mean by a global search? Any data that is stored, in the Salesforce, if you want to search the data, we use global search. Now, I told Jenny point. Now on the word called Jenny point, where are the records available? In the account table, we had one record. In contact, one record. Opportunity table, 3 record. Any data that is stored in the Salesforce, if you want to search for the data, we can search from here. It's called a global search bar. Searching for the data which is stored in your application. Searching for the data which is stored in your application. What is this called? Global search bar. For searching the data of your application. Application. Global search bar. Then again we have lightning experience. When I click on this, it goes to classic. When I click on this, it goes to classic. One minute. Goes to lightning from the classic. Okay. Next we had user. The person who logged in, his name will be displayed here. The user who logged in, his data is visible here. Under the name, we find his information, profile, setting, opening a developer console to write a program. When I click on the developer console, editor will be opened where I can write my Visual Force programs, lighting programs, or any programmatical development. Then we had switch to lightning and logout. User who logged in, logout. User who logged in, logout. Then Salesforce has provided you force.com options. Force.com platform option. If you want to see options provided by the Salesforce force.com platform, then click on setup. If you want to see force.com options provided by the Salesforce, we can click on setup. When you click on the setup, what you are finding here? Administer, build, deploy, monitor. All the administrative activities will be available on administer. All the development and customization. You want to modify the existing application or you want to build new functionalities on existing application, then we go for build. You want to deploy from sandbox to production, from sandbox to another sandbox, you go with deploy. You want to test your application, track the status of the work that you are doing, right? Now I told send an email, whether a mail is sent or not. I told update all the data in the night time. Is it getting updated or not? If you want to track it, we go for monitor. So what we have here? Administer, build, deploy, monitor. Administer, build, deploy, monitor. Setup. When you click on setup, it will provide you force.com setup menu where I have administer, build, deploy, monitor. Administrator will have administrative activities. Generally, what are the administrative activities? Creating a new user, deactivating a user, maintaining the security, maintaining the data visibility. This will be the rules of administrator. Build. You want to modify the application using declarative. You want to modify the application using programmatical. It is a build. Deploy. Migrating the changes from one environment to another environment. Monitor. Tracking the status of the jobs which are scheduled or running. I hope you're good. This all menu is called force.com setup menu. So once again, logo of the application, global search, switch to lightning, user who logged in, log out, setup. Right. While I'm working, if I need any documents for help, now I need any documents for the help. Now I got stuck up. I want to refer to the standard documentation. Click on the help. It will open Salesforce standard documents which can help you to resolve your issues. Now this is a help. This is a help. Right. Then go back. Next we had application. List of applications which are developed by the Salesforce or developed by you. Whatever the applications Salesforce has developed or you have developed, those applications are what? Given here. List of applications which are developed by the Salesforce or list of applications which are developed by you, they are displayed in services. They are displayed in services. I hope you are good. Logo, global search, lightning, user who logged in, log out, setup menu, help, application. Logo, global search, lightning, user, setup, help, list of application. Now Salesforce is also providing App Exchange. What is that App Exchange? Now in the mobile phone you have App Store, right? In the Play Store you have in the Android mobiles. What will be there in the Play Store? All the applications which are developed on Android, which are available for sale or free of cost, they will be visible to you in Play Store. All the applications which are developed on iOS, they are available on App Store. Now similarly, Salesforce people also created an App Exchange. All the applications developed by Salesforce which are available for sale, or free of cost, they are displayed in App Exchange. So when I go to App Exchange, list of all the tools and applications developed on the Salesforce which is available for sale, which are available for free of cost, they are visible here. You can see here, some of them are free, some of them are paid one. Free apps and paid apps. Okay. Like this we have group of applications here. These are the group of applications developed on the Salesforce. Right. Now which are available for you for sales as well as free of cost. Simply click on that, enter your username, password, that application will be created on your account. Go to App Exchange, choose the application, click on okay, get this application will be installed on your Salesforce force.com. Okay, right. When you go to this, you are finding Ohana. When you go to App Exchange, you are finding Ohana. Now Salesforce company, they created a platform for you, for all the freshers who are learning the Salesforce, who are working. For those people, they have created a platform called Ohana. It's a placement service. Now whenever they conduct some meets, developer meets, Salesforce meets, now they invite some companies for the placement for freshers. Now people who are fresher, register with that Ohana, start completing your trailhead exercise. Now once you register with this and start completing the trailhead exercise, now they will be sending you notification regarding the placement. which are connected by the Salesforce on the Ohana group. So this is a groups are there, Hyderabad group, Pune group. So when they conduct the meetups, they take the help of this Ohana and conduct some placement services. So for a fresher, it may be advantage for you. Okay, register with that Ohana, start implementing trailhead exercise. Okay, as for the experience are concerned, doesn't make a difference for you. But for freshers, right, you will have some platform to attend your interviews. So where you are finding this Ohana, log into the Salesforce App Exchange. Right. Now, whatever the trial account you have created, the same account, you also create your trailhead. You can log in with the same Salesforce account. Whatever the trial account you have created, go to communities. What you are finding here? When you click on the help, help document is opening, right? Here, you have an option to log in. Log in with the trial account what we have. Whatever the trial account you have created, log in with the same trial account. Now, you will be getting trial head account where the Salesforce is providing some basic exercise for you for practice. So you can go to the trial head. Once you logged in, you can have some basic. Exercise here. So for freshers, it will be helpful to you. Helpful in the sense, now as being a fresher, now if you want to showcase your experience, if you are putting up an experience, no need to have these badges and all this stuff. But if you are a fresher, the company should know that you know Salesforce. Somehow either you have to take a certification or you have to go with this credit because you are a fresher to tell them that I know Salesforce. So initially we are putting up the score or badges what you got on credit. So for a fresher, it is a must that you have to do this exercise. For experienced, it will not add up any weightage for you. Right? For a fresher, it is a must that you have to do this exercise along with the class. But these exercises are going to be ABC of the topic. Now, if you have a topic, only the basics will be given in this trial exercise. ABC of the topic. With this, you will not be able to implement a project. But you get to know the topic exists. What is the basic purpose of this topic? The basic knowledge you will be getting on this trial head. Are you getting my point? So if you are a fresher, start implementing the trial head exercise after every topic I complete. Topic wise exercise will be there. So once I complete a particular topic, go to the trial head, complete that particular topic from here. Right? Again I repeat, for a fresher, it is mandatory that you have to do trial head exercise. For a fresher, it is mandatory that you have to do trial head exercise. This code will help you to get some calls. Because you are a fresher, they help you. For experienced, doesn't make a difference. So where you are finding this trial head account, just click on help. So you can just sign up with your Salesforce account. What is that? Trailhead dot Salesforce. Right. So this is a trailhead. You can register with this and start doing the exercise after every topic. Right, boss? So come back to the point again. So once again, come back to the story. This is a logo of the application. Global search. Switch to lightning. User. Logout. Setup menu. Help documents. List of application. App exchange. And committee. It's straight away open from the committee also. Okay. Committee. Where the Salesforce people who are working. Salesforce committee. Where the developers who are working in the Salesforce will be giving solutions there. Right. Now this is the basic structure. Now you are finding here. What was this called? This is called tab bar, and each one is called a tab. Account, cases, solution, all of these are called right, boss. It's a tab panel. We can say tab bar or tab panel. Tab panel. On the tab panel, we have a list of tabs. When you click on the tab, corresponding page will open. Anything you want to open in the Salesforce, you want to open a table, you want to open a page, you want to open a functionality. For everything, we require a tab. For everything, there will be a tab. When you click on that, table will open. Click on that, page will open. Click on that, functionality will open. So, if a user want to open or interact with the application, we require a tab. We require a tab. I hope you are good with this. Now, come back to this. Tab panel with the tabs. Now, come back here. Next, you are finding here. What was this box called? You have so many options in this. Now, I cannot remember the navigation, where the option is. We can search for the option from here. So, this will give you search for the options available in force.com menu. This is for searching the data in the database. This is used for searching the option in the force.com setup menu. This is searching the data in the database. This is searching for the option in the setup menu. Right. Next, this is called setup menu, and this is search bar for the options. Now, if I click on any one of the tab, you're getting some pages like this. They are called sidebar components. So what we have? So setup menu. When you click on setup, what you are getting here is called setup menu, force.com setup menu. When you open any one of the tab, what you are finding here is called sidebar components. I hope you are good with the screens. So when you log into the Salesforce, into the classic, what are you finding? Logo, global search, switching to lightning, user who logged in, log out, setup menu, help documents, application, app exchange, communities. Then the tab panel, tabs, then we have option search bar and sidebar components. They are called sidebar components. Now, here you are finding an option here. It is called force.com quick access menu. This is called force.com quick access menu. When you are going to get, when you click on any one of the tab, this option will come. It is called quick access menu. Force.com quick access menu. I hope you are good, right? This is all about classic page. When you log in, what you see in the classic. If you log into the lightning, what you find in the lightning? If you log into the lightning, what you find in the lightning? Let us go to the lightning. Lightning UI is going to be different. Same tables, everything is same, but the way they are presented is different here. When you log in, this is how you are finding. We'll start with what was the first one? Logo. Here we have icons. Click on this. Why they have given like this? Because in the mobile and tab also that should be open. Okay. So they have given this. What are these? List of application. Here, when you log into the lightning, here we have this. When you click on this, list of application. All these are what? Tabs. All these are what? Tabs. List of application, tabs. Now if you want to search for any option here. Now searching for your option. This is for searching for your apps. And this is what? App Exchange. List of applications which are there in App Exchange. There we had applications, App Exchange at the right corner. Here we have on the left corner. Now what was this? Tabs. When you click on the tabs, tab panel with the tabs. Now this is for what? Searching the data. You want to search for data? Then we use this. Global search bar. So logo, application, tab panel, tabs, global search bar. Then here we have, look at this. This is help document. Question mark is help document. Here it is a setup menu. There we had a setup option, right? Here we have setup. When you click on the setup, we are going to get the option here. Here the options are going to be different. What was that? Administration, platform tools, settings. What are the options we have? Administration, platform tools, settings. Administration, platform tools and settings. Administration deals with the users' data. Platform tools deals with the applications, object, user interface, development, reporting, all this. Settings, in case you want to modify the settings of the company, you go to settings. So what are the options we have? Administration, platform tools, settings. In the classic, what we have? Administer, build, deploy, monitor. Administer, build, deploy, monitor. In the lightning, administration, platform tools, setting. In the lightning, administration, platform tools, setting. When are you going to get this setup? In the classic setup, administer, build, deploy, monitor. In the lightning setup, administration, platform tools, settings. Then this is a notification. If you get any messages or anything, notification. And this is user. The person who logged in, he can or switch to. Now when you say compact, your mobile wise, tab wise display. Compact is what? Mobile display or tab display. Comfi is your desktop. It will auto adjust. I hope you are good with this. Clear for everyone? So in the lightning, what is happening? Logo, global search, help, setup, and user. Logo, global search, help, setup, and user. Logo, global search, help, setup, and user. We have applications, tabs, tab panel, and we have the menu bar. I hope you are clear with this. This is the basic. Now again, I am making very clear. Lightning wise, development, okay, lightning and a classic. If you look at the administration, if you are an administrator, you are looking at the lightning and a classic, both are going to be the same. As the administrative point of view, both are going to be almost same. But only the point is navigation. Options will be different, navigation. Conceptually the same. If you learn a concept in the classic, same concept will be there in the lightning with the same name. But here I have different navigation. Setup, build, create. Here you will have a navigation like setup, platform tools, create, object manager, object. Navigations and options are going to be different, but the conceptually both of them are same in terms of administration. But in terms of development, we have different story. In the development, we are going to have Apex and Visual Force in the classic. In the classic version of Salesforce, what we have? Apex programming and Visual Force programming. In the lightning, we are going to have Apex programming and your lightning components. So as far the development is concerned, Apex is going to be common in both the things. But in the Visual Force, we have Apex with the Visual Force classic. Lightning, Apex with the lightning framework. I hope you are good. So let it be a classic or lightning, you have to learn complete Apex programming because the Apex remains same in both classic and lightning. I hope you are good with this format. People are comfortable with this, right? So which version of Salesforce we are using? Spring 18. Now how do you log into production? Login.salesforce. How do you log into Sandbox? Salesforce.com. On your trial account, do you have the sandboxes? On the trial account, we will not have any sandboxes. Okay. Now, how do you identify the server? In the URL, we have AP, NA, EU. Based on that, I can say what is the server instance. Server instance.salesforce.com. AP15 means this environment force.com account which is given to me. My platform is running on AP15 server. When I say AP15.salesforce.com, the platform what they give me is running on AP15. How do you track the status? Trust.salesforce.com. How do you register the account? Developer.salesforce.com. Developer.salesforce.com. Okay. Now come back to the point. When you create a trial account, now they gave a trial account. When they gave a trial account, on the trial account, what is the addition we are going to get? Okay. What I am going to get? First, cloud. Which cloud? Sales Cloud Plus. On the trial account, they are giving Sales Cloud Plus Service Cloud. Okay. Next, which edition they are giving? It is called Developer Edition. It is also called trial account. Whatever the editions we have seen, they are commercial editions. But for trial accounts, they give Developer Edition. Then, how many licenses they give? What environment they give? They give only production. How many licenses they give? When I say 5 licenses, 5 people can log in and work. When I say 5 licenses, 5 people can log in and work. It is a trial account. They give 5. Okay. Now in the 5 also, 2 will be Salesforce license. When I say Salesforce license, what does it mean? He can see CRM application as well as the force.com. Force.com is platform using which you can build what you want. CRM is applications developed by Salesforce. Now 3, Salesforce. When I say Salesforce platform, they can only see application what your companies have developed or functionalities what your company has developed. So if you are taking a trial account, which cloud they are giving? Sales Cloud and Service Cloud. Which edition they are giving? Developer edition. Which environment they are giving? Production environment. Right. Now what licenses? 5 licenses. 5 people can log in and work. Out of 5, 2 Salesforce license, 3 platform license. This is the details about your trial account. On the trial account, what type of activities we can do? We can practice admin concepts, CRM concepts, development activities, Apex, Visual Force, on the trial account what they give, you can practice all your admin concepts, CRM concepts, development topics like Apex, Visual Force, Lightning, testing, integration. Everything you can practice. Right. I hope you are good with this. Now the point, with one email ID, how many trial accounts we can create? You can create a number of trial accounts. Is it necessary that your email ID and user ID, username should be same? Not necessary. You can define whatever the username you want. With the same email ID, you can create a number of trial accounts. With the same email ID, you can create a number of trial accounts. But try to maintain a single account so that all the exercises you are doing will be in a single account. Right, boss? I hope everyone is good. So this is the trial account what we got. So now what you got? Your own force.com platform. On the top of it, Sales Cloud application and CRM application is installed. Now you can use them or you can customize them as per your requirement. I hope everybody is good with this. Still anyone has any query on this? Am I clear? Salesforce license means you can work with CRM applications developed by the Salesforce and force.com platform. Force.com means anything that your company developed. See, there are two things. Either you have to develop or Salesforce has to develop. If Salesforce has created it, it is fall under CRM. If you created it, It is a custom implementation, falls under platform. Now, if you want to see what Salesforce developed, what your company developed, then you require Salesforce license. You want to see only what your company developed, that is a platform, right? I hope everyone is good. Yeah.
For each account, we have only one username, and how we can switch from one license to another?
For one user, one license.
I mean, for each trial account, you have 5 licenses.
Yes.
I mean, for
Trial account means it's your application, environment. It is your environment. It is a platform. On the platform, 5 people are logging in. See, if there is a in your company ICICI Bank, only one employee will work. If you develop a ICICI application, give to banking application, give to ICICI Bank, only one employee from ICICI Bank will work. Application is only one, but how many people are working?
I mean, just now we created a trial head account without having any company,
Without having?
without mentioning any company.
We give a dummy data item, no. I think just now you got up. At the time of creating a trial account, what did they ask me? They entered my name, email address. I entered all these details. Then only I got the mail.
I mean, we will give some dummy company.
Hmm.
For
Yeah.
that dummy ID, we will have 5 licenses.
Exactly. It's a trial account, no? Free version. Free for everyone. Whatever the data you gave, with that data, they create one force.com arc for you. Right? It is a trial account, everyone can create a free account. There's a reason even if you give a dummy data, it will accept. It is not commercial, it is a free. When you are going for a commercial, obviously you give genuine information. Right. Yes? Not errors, status of the server. Server is down, server is under maintenance, any performance issue, this type of issues we can find out. Yes, any other?
Already we have listed email ID. Then what's the need of doing again for help?
What is that?
Help.
Now,
Already we need to again register.
not required. Help documents will be there, that's all.
No data with email ID.
It is not necessary. You already logged in, no? That's common. That help is if you are trying to log into the communities trailhead. If you want to register your account with the trailhead, there I have to enter the Salesforce username password. You already got a username password. With the same username password, I will communicate with the trailhead. So that whatever the exercise they ask me to do, I will do it in the same account. Right? Yes. Now it depends upon the requirement and functionality. Obviously, see, now if you do it, now questions, if you do it in the classic, do you want to implement the same in the Lightning or not? No. See, now the point is, anything that Salesforce has given you as a declarative, that will be automatically converted into Lightning in the Lightning version. But anything that you developed, Salesforce doesn't understand. You have to tell what it is in Lightning again. Because it's your code. What is your intention behind writing the code, I cannot understand. When I go to declarative development, it is I who designed it. Now, if you design a functionality using Classic, what exactly the requirement I know. So, I will convert directly into Lightning. But any program you write, I cannot convert it. It is your responsibility to convert the program into Lightning. So, you have to redesign it. Obviously. Now, Apex wise, see, this is what I say. Apex wise, there is some custom logics which we need to apply it. Okay, if you directly want to call it a component. Now the question is where you want to call this Apex. That makes syntaxes different. Okay. Now you are directly trying to call it Apex in the Lightning, then we have different syntax for it. Okay. Yes. No, in Salesforce they'll give a notification to you that within 2 months it's going to upgrade. Automatically it will update. Right. Yes, Amma.
Platform the access post starter, right? In post then we need to contact to, we need to write some program which will call the objects.
It can be program or it can be tables or it can be, it's a platform.
The tables means it's not from CRM page.
See, yeah. Now when I say CRM application, let us say sales application set. Whatever that is required for the sales application, those tables are already created by the Salesforce. It fall under application what Salesforce has created. When I say application, it includes tables, programs, pages. So whatever the Salesforce has created, on those you will not have access.
So if we create our own application, can we access those applications?
Obviously, that's why you need to take a platform. Only you want to access what you created, what your company has created, then you require platform. Platform will be sufficient. You also want to access what Salesforce has designed and developed, then you require Salesforce license. Right? No, I don't want to design anything. I just want to access the functionality. Then we also have extra concept called committees. Okay, that we'll see down the line. Yes, sir.
We have some data in production. How can we see the same in Sandbox?
See, Sandbox data will never be migrated unless if it is a partial copy or full copy. Right. Now, whatever the data you see in the production, the same set of data I cannot transfer. Dummy data will come. When I say dummy data, which data it will decide. It will not say, I cannot say first 1 to 20 records. If you want a specific data, export it, import into Sandbox. We need to manually do it. Yeah. Any other queries? Okay. Now, how to access your materials, notes, what I have done for till now. I'll just show you the. Yes, sir. Yeah. Yes. They're already by default available. You have to create a user and give it. See, they give license. License should be given to user. Now you have to decide whom you want to create. At the time of creating a user, I have to give a license. Okay. Right. Now I'm doing the same. Now I'm creating now I'm administrator on this account. Now I want you to give access for you to access my notes. Now I'm an administrator. I want to give you username, password so that you can log into the same account, access my material. Now you are a different user. I am an administrator on the application. You are a different user. Now I am giving first. I have some concept called a profile. Why this profile? Right. So people should not delete my material. Students should not be allowed to delete my material. Right? If I don't want them to delete my material, I don't want you to create anything on my trial account. Only log in and see. So what I will do? Now, when I'm trying to create, when I'm giving you as a user, I have to restrict you. Otherwise, you write whatever you want, you delete whatever you want. Now I'm trying to create one user so that people can log in and work on this. But I should not allow you to work on everything. I should not allow you to work on everything. So what I'm doing, I'm removing the corresponding permissions from you. Right. This is what we are going to discuss in the course. I need a user right now. Now it is asking me. Now it is asking me what is the license you want to give. I told I want to give Salesforce. Now what is the action he has to do? What he can do in the company? I gave him some profile. Right? So I created one user. Now whatever the email ID I gave to that email ID, we get a link. But here I have a problem that everybody will be accessing from different IP addresses. So I should not restrict you from. Okay. So go back. So what was that application? Satish is one user. Wilson is another user. I am going to give username password of Wilson to you. You can log in and access my material.
That is the email you have entered. You have not given key, so that's why you are not getting the.
Yeah, let me check it out. Salesforce batch. So I got the link. I modified the email address and I was supposed to reset the password now. So password for your account, Salesforce 123. Now I created a user called Wilson. Now if people can log in with this Wilson. Okay. Now what is your username password? Admin nodes @ 322.com. Password Salesforce. Where should you log in? You have to log into my production. You are supposed to log into production, login.salesforce.com, username, password. Then once you log in, where you find the nodes? Let me copy the nodes first. So from today, everything I am going to type in this account. In case if you miss out any session, you can get into this page and check out the topics what we covered. Then coming down to the notes. This is what we have covered. So people can how to check these notes. People can go to setup. Here you can find Visual Force. People can go to setup. You can find Visual Force. Type the Visual Force here. You find Visual Force pages. Then you find the page, the topics. You can open and you can copy the notes here. This will be running notes. The regular hard copies will be given to you. From tomorrow, the hard copies will be given to you class-wise. So what is that? Click on Setup, Visual Force pages. You find the topics. In case if you miss out any particular day, just sort based on the created date. You find the topics what I covered there. Or else we also have one page which will specify the topics what I covered on the particular day. You can go to this particular topics covered, check out the topics what you missed out on that particular day. Right. So this is the username password. The next one, I hope you got the navigation, right? Log into the salesforce.com, then go to setup, Visual Force, and give this. Then coming down to the exercises or use cases, can say. Whatever the hard copy I'm going to give, at the bottom of the topic, you'll be finding some use cases. Classroom exercise, examples and some use cases. Once you're done with this, then you are supposed to cover the topic of force.com. I'll be uploading one application here. People can download the application. Probably after 3 topics are completed, I'll upload this application. Okay, you can download this application, start doing this. In this application, whatever the topic I have done, start doing that exercise in that. Second one, data warehouse application. So class-wise, you can cover these use cases. Then go and complete trailhead exercise. Whatever the examples I covered in the classroom, then I gave use cases in the notes. You can complete the use cases. Then you can complete trailhead exercise. Whatever the topic I have covered on the topic, whatever the exercises are given in the trailhead, you can complete. Then you can go to force.com recruitment app, cover the same topic what I completed. Then data warehouse application, and you can complete the topic. Then I have given 4 applications. You'll be finding Facebook, Satish Mala Notes. In the Facebook, you find a community called Satish Mala Notes. It is a closed group. You send a request to the group. You send a request to the group, Satish Mala Notes. You send a request to the group. It is a closed group. If you send it, we will not be able to identify you. So what you are supposed to do, once you send a request, go to the admin people, get it approved. Go to the admin people, get it approved. Once it is approved, in the files, you'll be finding some projects here. Admin project 1, admin project 2. Right? Complete this. These projects you have to do after 10 or 15 classes from now. Now there's like an application. This is topic wise you can do. These examples what I gave you. This you are supposed to implement topic wise. Topic to topic you have to complete this exercise. Classroom, use cases given in the hard copies, trial account, force.com recruitment app, data warehouse. Once you have done this 5, then after 10 or 15 days, you come to one structure. Then start implementing admin project 1, admin project 2. These two you have to implement. Then once the admin course is completed, then start designing insurance and pharma. Here, insurance I gave ER diagrams. I didn't give Salesforce how it should be implemented. In general, business requirement I have given. Now looking at those two requirements, you need to analyze how it should be created in the Salesforce, whether I have to create a table, whether I have to create a workflow, approval. You have to analyze it and create it. Then the pharma one, I gave tables I have given. Now looking at the table, you need to analyze and create an application. Now I didn't mention the application flow. I gave the tables here. Only I have given tables. With respect to the tables, how application can be formed, what type of application can be formed, you have to analyze and give it. So you get the so-called real-time knowledge only when you implement these 4 projects. So when you say real-time, when I execute a program or when I write a program, looking at me, you will not get 3 or 4 years of knowledge. When you analyze, this is what is called real-time. When you start implementing your own, analyzing and implementing, it is not important of how it can be created. The question here is where it can be used. Now it is not important what is the topic, what is the workflow, what is the definition, how we can create, it's not important. Where can I use this topic? When I have a requirement, can I achieve this functionality with the workflow, approval, process builder? If you are able to analyze that, then you get that required knowledge. If you want to analyze that, these are the projects what you are supposed to do. Right? Because when you cover the topic and give a use cases, all the use cases will be on the same topic. So there is no extra intelligence that need to be applied from you. You know that it is a workflow example. You do it as workflow. You know that it is a approval process. You do with approval process. But if you want to gain the knowledge, you should understand where can I use, when should I take. That knowledge you will gain when you implement these 4 projects. First, for the practice, to understand the concept, these are the exercises you are supposed to do. Then, once you get the knowledge on this, start implementing these projects. Right, boss? While implementing this project, if you have any issues, you can communicate with I will share the GoToMeeting link. Probably in a week time, I will share the GoToMeeting link. You can connect to that link and ask your questions. The support team will help you out in resolving your issues technically. Right? So this is the exercise what you are supposed to do. Right. Any other queries? That's all from my end. Continue in the next session.
Satish.
Yes.
What notes we will get apart from this running notes, and how we can get?
See, I'll be pasting the notes in the account. You can directly download from the account. I'll be pasting
that is running notes.
Running notes. Anything that requires screens, I'll be posting in the same account. The documents also I'll be posting in the same account. Okay. So admin people generally will share one Google Drive with you. There's a old notes. The current notes I'll be sharing with the developer console, or I'll be uploading the files into the account. Okay.
Okay.